Well, greetings and good morning, Business 20 students. This is Mr.D. This is week number 5 in our 8-week course in business mathematics here at Norco College. And this week we're going to be looking at chapter 12 on annuities and then chapter 14 on mortgages. These are quite different from one another. Chapter 12 is very much like what we just got finished with chapter 11 on compound interest. And annuity is the same thing. It's also an aspect of compound interest. The only difference is when we looked at compound interest, we were looking at one lump sum of money going into the bank or being borrowed, and then you paying interest on that, or it compounding over time. An annuity is basically means a series of payments. So it's the same thing, but this time rather than putting a lump sum in every 3 months or every month or every year, you're putting more money in over the period of time. And then, of course, what you put in compounds, and the more you put in, the more it compounds. And so, what will that look like? What if I put $1,000 a month away for the next 10 years at a certain rate into a compound interest account? Well, that's going to obviously accumulate a lot of interest. So that's what you're going to be figuring with annuities. And there's different ways. There's what's called an annuity due, and then there's an ordinary annuity. And when you're doing an annuity due, it basically means that you are starting the series of payments at the very beginning, whereas an ordinary annuity, you're starting the period of payments at the end of that first period. So if it was a year in an ordinary annuity, you'd be giving it at the end of the year, and then annuity due, you'd be giving it at the beginning of the year. And so all of that plays a factor on the table factors you use or the formula that you use to solve them. So that's a little bit of a tricky thing, but just pay attention to that. There's a difference between the two. And also you're going to be using different tables. You're not using the compound interest table. You're going to be using the annuity table, which is 12.1 and 12.2. And be very aware, there's also present value of an annuity, very much like there was present value of an investment. And that's going to be requiring you to use table 12.2. So just pay attention to which table you're using and to which kind of problem it is. And we'll be covering that. We do cover that a little bit in the video that I've prepared for this particular week. So let me go ahead and stop sharing this screen and go ahead and let's go to our class in Canvas. And here we are on my home page in Canvas, and I'm going to select our class. Here it is, and we're going to come down to module number 3. We actually start module 3 this week. So that means last week you did end your week with a midterm exam, and it covered quite a bit, but it was only 25 questions, I believe, or 30 questions. And so I'll be grading those over the next few days and giving you your final grade on those. So I will give you the answers to anything that you got wrong, so that way you're aware of where you went wrong. Anything you got wrong in the fill-ins, the ones that are multiple choice, I don't give you the correct answer. I think it should give you the correct answer when you select it. But either way, be watching for my grading on those exams, and that'll usually I think there's like 10 to 12 questions, almost half that are all fill-in. So you might have only got like a 30 or 40 on the exam, but that's because I haven't graded all the rest yet. So be watching for that. But this week, again, you're looking at annuity, so make sure you do the README first. Make sure you do the Help Sienna. Make sure you read those and mark them as done. And then I have a study page on Chapter 12 and Chapter 14. Now, on mortgages, you're using a whole different set of tables, and it's something that's published all the time. It's interest rate versus time and versus how much you're going to be borrowing and all that. And it's pretty simple, very simple in my opinion. It gets a little more complex when we start adding in there some of the mortgage insurance and taxes and things like that. And that'll be at the end of Chapter 14. But it's a little different, so be prepared. You're going to be shifting gears right in the middle of the week. But on the annuities, again, there should be a video that I've done. So if you select the study page here, if you select that, it's going to bring you to this page. So there's a video of me working out ordinary and annuity dues, and then a video of me working out ordinary and annuity dues with present value, and then a video of me working on sinking fund. Now that's a key one because that's going to be one of your case studies coming up this week. So your new case study. So make sure you view all those videos. There's also the PowerPoint on Chapter 12, and there's some other YouTube videos that you can view. And then coming back here, so you're going to be doing that for your check-in. I would do my quiz first. I think it's 6 questions, is 3 on each chapter. And then you're going to be starting your next case study, which is don't forget inflation. So this is a case study where you're going to need a certain amount of money in the future. So how much do you need to put away now? And then, of course, you first need to figure out, well, but that's based on inflation. If I need $2 million today, in 5 years, that $2 million is going to be more than 2 million. So I need to figure out what the rate of inflation is, which is given to you, what that inflation is going to be, and then how much money I will really need in 5 years, and then do a sinking fund in order to figure out how much do I need to put away now every year to have that in 5 years. So that's how you'll figure that one. That's your case study. You'll definitely want to complete chapter 12 and the quiz and all that on chapter 12. Make sure you understand how to do the different kinds of annuities and then solve your case study number 3. So that's it for week number 5. If you have any questions or concerns, you can meet me in my office hours. I'm happy to work through some of these problems with you if you still don't understand them. But if not, have a great week, and you will all see me again on video next week.